Let me make sure I'm ready for this video real quick. Got my notes, check. Pepsi, check. Sunglasses, check. Hat, check. And yes, thick skin, check. Let's go. Welcome to Golden Bluted, everybody. If you are a college football fan, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because that's all we do here. Videos every single day. And when you get a chance, go check out our Patreon page. We have a lot of great perks over there. We call our Patreons the shot callers because they call the shots around here. Remember, $5 and up Patreons will get to decide the game that we're going to live stream in the regular season, and you'll get to watch with me, Golden Bluted. And our score prediction contest will be coming back. Every week I'll pick out a game, and my Patreons will pick the score, and whoever comes close to the score wins $20. And you can win as many times as you want. As you can see, I'm wearing a new pair of sunglasses. I can't find my usual pair, so I got to wear these for today. And people wonder, well, why do you wear sunglasses? That looks weird. You're inside. Well, there you go. I have studio lighting. It's very bright, and it helps me to read the stats better. But I have to admit, these are a little bit ridiculous looking, so the comments section should be pretty good today. So in this video, I want to talk about West Virginia, and Lynn J Dixon, the transfer from Clemson, has entered the transfer portal. Hasn't even played a game for West Virginia, and he's already transferring. Why is that? Well, it seems like the issues, whatever it may be, that he was having at Clemson followed him to West Virginia. He was actually dismissed from the team for violating team rules. He basically got buried on the depth chart and stopped coming to workouts, so he's in the transfer portal. But what about Neal Brown? A lot of people talk about, well, Neal Brown's behind schedule. This is last year. He's got to do something great this year. We got to fire him. Really? Well, I went back and looked at Dana Holgorsen, which everybody gives a pass to, and I think Neal Brown is actually a little bit ahead of Dana Holgorsen. You got to remember, these two guys are following two different eras. Dana Holgorsen was following one of the greatest eras in West Virginia football history. Neal Brown was following a mediocre stretch of West Virginia football. When Dana Holgorsen got to West Virginia was recruiting at a high level. Multiple top 25 recruiting classes. So here's a look at Dana Holgorsen versus Neal Brown in their first 3 years. In 2012, he went 7-6 with a ridiculously loaded roster. Did nothing with it. We started off 5-0, got all the way up to number 5, and then lost 5 straight games in a row. That year we had the number 35 recruiting class with 3 4-stars, 28 recruits altogether. In 2013, his second year, we actually went 4-8, lost to Kansas, had the number 30 recruiting class, 1 4-star. In 2014, a little bit better, 7-6 again, number 39 recruiting class with 2 4-stars. 2015, 8-5. So this is where we saw a little bit of an uptick. Number 35 recruiting class with 3 4-stars. In 2016, 10-win season, finally 10-3. Number 39 recruiting class with 3 4-stars. But then 2017 back down to 7-6. Number 57 recruiting class. That's not good at all. No 4-stars. And then in 2018 with a loaded roster including Will Greer, David Sills, and the Stills brothers on defense. 8-4. Are you kidding me? Number 35 recruiting class with 2 4-stars. Now compare that with Neal Brown coming off the mediocre era of college football, aka Dana Holgorsen. In his first year, 5-7, number 48 recruiting class, 2 4-stars. It was a small recruiting class. In 2020, did really well actually, 6-4 with the number 37 recruiting class, just 1 4-star. And then in 2021, kind of regressed a little bit, 6-7 with the number 42 recruiting class, but 3 4-stars. So you look at their first 3 years, Dana Holgorsen went 7-6 in the first year, Neal Brown went 5-7. The big difference is Dana Holgorsen had a crap load of talent on that first team that he had, and Neal Brown had hardly nothing. In their second year, Dana Holgorsen fell back to 4-8. Neal Brown jumped to 6-4. Then in his third year, Dana Holgorsen at least got him back to a winning record, 7-6. And West Virginia regressed just a little bit in 2021, going 6-7. So really not that big of a difference. And considering the eras both of these coaches were coming off of, I think Neal Brown has actually done better. Even when you compare overall record head to head, Neal Brown has a better winning percentage than what Dana Holgorsen did in his first 3 years. No, it's not good and it's under 500, but it's better than Dana Holgorsen's. Neal Brown is 17-18 in his first 3 years. Dana Holgorsen was 18-20 in his first 3 years. So honestly, I have no idea where people are coming up with this. Dana Holgorsen was doing better than Neal Brown at this point in time in his West Virginia coaching career. Wrong answer. Now you look at year 4, this is where Dana Holgorsen did get better, 8-5, and then hit his climax in 2016 at 10-3, but then came back down. So in year 4, I'm actually expecting West Virginia to have a high high uptick under Neal Brown. I think 8-4 is very doable, and in fact, I think West Virginia could go 10-2. You look at the current team West Virginia has, and we have 22 of our top 75 recruits all time on this roster for this year. Out of those 22 recruits, only 2 of those were recruited by Dana Holgorsen. In other words, 20 of the top 75 recruits in West Virginia football history has been recruited by Neal Brown, and they're on this current team. Number 75, Jared Williams, the running back. Number 74, Jordan Johnson, listed as an athlete. Number 70, Landon Livingston, the offensive lineman. Number 68, Lee Cogba, the linebacker. Number 61, Andrew Wilson Lamp, cornerback. Number 60, Justin Johnson, the running back. Number 58, Justin Benton, the defensive lineman. Number 55, Chris Mayo, the offensive lineman. Tied at number 55, Sam Brown, the wide receiver. Number 48, Christian Stokes, the safety. Tied at number 48, Corbin Page, the tight end. Number 47, James Hurd, the linebacker. Number 46, Josiah Trotter, the linebacker. Number 45, Travius Lathan, the linebacker. Number 43, Josiah Jackson, the cornerback. Number 39, Jalen Anderson, the running back. Number 29, Nico Marco, the quarterback. Number 23, Caden Prather, the wide receiver. Number 22, Jacoby Spells, the cornerback. Number 8, Rodney Gallagher, the athlete slash cornerback slash wide receiver slash safety slash whatever you want him to be. Number 6, Wyatt Millen, the offensive lineman. The only high impact player on this list that was not recruited by Neal Brown was number 7, Dante Stills, the defensive lineman. Neal Brown has gotten a lot of talent at West Virginia, and it's been building and building and building, and now a lot of these have some experience to go along with their athleticism. That's why I think West Virginia is going to have a pretty good year this year. And you're throwing the fact that we got an actual offensive coordinator in Graham Harrell. He attracts JT Daniels, and guess what? Getting JT Daniels is also going to open some doors for other high-profile athletes. So it's kind of a domino effect, and the first domino that Neal Brown pushed over was getting Graham Harrell. And make no mistake about it, Graham Harrell will be a head coach in the future. I don't know how long he's going to be at West Virginia, 2, maybe 3 years, then he's going to move on as a head coach. But that's okay because of the doors that he's opened up, and then other pretty good offensive coordinators are going to want to come to West Virginia because we're going to have success under Graham Harrell. And of course, that's going to attract a lot of high-profile athletes. So I think Neal Brown is actually ahead of Dana Holgorsen. And here's the thing, people like to split it down the middle. You're either on one side or the other. You're either on the side that wants him gone right now, or you're on the side that wants to give him some time. People that are on the side that wants him gone right now label the people that want to give him time Neal Brown apologist. If you don't want him out right now, then you're a Neal Brown apologist. You're out of your mind. You don't know what you're thinking. Oh, really? You need to do some actual research and some comparisons before you actually start labeling people. No, we're not Neal Brown apologists. We're just saying he's recruiting at a good level, and we have a lot of talent on this team. And right now we have a top 15 recruiting class for 2023. So these recruiting classes are getting better and better and better, coming off a mediocre era of West Virginia football. What Dana Holgorsen did was he came off one of the best eras in West Virginia football history and took us down back to mediocrity. We got used to mediocrity under Dana Holgorsen. So why people wish that we kept Dana Holgorsen, I have no idea. Well, at least we had a 10-win season that one year, and we were respectable in college football. No, we weren't. We were mediocre. And Neal Brown is trying to build to something great. And you also got to take into consideration that Neal Brown had to deal with 2020, the COVID season, and now he has to deal with the NIL. So there's a lot of things that go into this. And losing Lynn J Dixon did hurt our depth a little bit, but we still have some pretty good running backs. We have Tony Mathis coming back. We have Justin Johnson and Jalen Anderson, both high-profile 4-star recruits. So I think our running game is going to be just fine, especially with all 5 of our offensive linemen coming back. And every time I see a let's go on Neal Brown's Twitter, I know he's done it again. That's another thing that I like about Neal Brown. He's a man of the people, and he communicates with the people. We have a pretty good coach in Neal Brown. Expect great things from West Virginia this year and moving forward. So hopefully that helped out my fellow West Virginia fans that were kind of freaking out over losing Lynn J Dixon. It's not that big of a deal other than hurting our depth. West Virginia's still fine, and I fully expect us to get to 8 wins easily, possibly 10 wins. Y'all let me know in the comments section what you think. Do you think West Virginia doesn't get to 8 wins? And who do you think is a better head coach? Neal Brown or Dana Holgorsen? That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next show.